half number one. That has changed dramatically. Mosley. Reversing field. He's one block away from a big one. Gets it. One man to beat. Breaks out of a tackle at the 50. Touchdown.
I ain't gonna say I should have went to the league or nothing like that, but I for sure wasn't one of the worst niggas out there. So I would say that I'm satisfied with my college career. I done did this shit. I got a touchdown. I got an interception, sack. You feel me? Like, I got all the shit. So really, I lost the passion for it once I saw the other side of the sports. Like, it's not just having fun with your homies, you know what I mean? Like, shit is really a business. And yeah, it served its purpose in my life. And I think I might have had it easier than a lot of people that I know after the fact transitioning to real world, even though my shit was not a smooth transition at all. But I just didn't hold on to the sports identity as much because I felt like that was a part of me, but it wasn't me, you know? But yeah, that clip was from my freshman year in 2012. I know it looked like 1997, but that was 2012. And yeah, just after that season, the coaching staff got fired, and I didn't really gel too good with the new staff, and like just a lot of shit. Like I said, I didn't have the passion the same anymore once I saw how the business side of sports went. And then my senior year, I basically forced myself a red shirt. I just like stopped showing up. I already signed the paperwork. I was like, fuck it. But I didn't know it was a red shirt at the time. I was just like, man, fuck this shit. And then I found out after I graduated, I had a year eligibility. So I was like, I couldn't get no jobs. I was trying to like apply places. I had a few interviews, but it just wasn't right. And yeah, so I was just like trying to prolong adulthood, I guess, you know. Then I transferred to a D2 school to play football, but to start my master's. But yeah, by that time, like the love for the football shit was so gone. I didn't care, and that was just a crazy experience in itself. Going from D1, everything catered to you lifestyle, and then going to D2 where like, that's where I got my first credit card because I ain't had no fucking money, and I just like blew all the money on buying food and shit like that. But like, yeah, like lifestyle way different, so don't take that shit for granted. But yeah, I just wasn't loving it. After the season was over, I just dropped out of school. I wasn't going to class anyway. Oh, and then basically one of my homies was living in Arkansas. I knew that, and I was just like, I could probably sell weed out there. Arkansas is like, Arkansas ain't got no good weed. So called the homie like, hey, you know any people that need weed out there? And he was like, yeah. I was like, oh shit, well, let's make some shit shake. So I spent my last dollars on getting out there. I had no money, and then I just crashed at the homie's crib. It was like 5 niggas up in the house, but it was a solid house. And yeah, we just was picking up packs, driving them back, getting them off until that shit was cool until like police shit got involved, and then that's a whole scenario where nigga got in trouble. Now this is where I feel lost. Like my identity wasn't really shattered after losing sports, but now here's when I started feeling lost. Is like, damn, this shit, life is kind of fucked up. I had to work in warehouses, and I was like, I was never too prideful to get to the money, you know what I mean? Like, fuck it, but I'm working in warehouses, like 14-hour shifts, picking up shit, cutting metal, and like random ass shit, just to pay a lawyer who didn't even really, to me, didn't do it. I mean, shit, I guess I ain't go to jail, so, but still got a 10-year suspended sentence, which is also kind of shitty too, but it's a felony, and that was preventing me from even getting other jobs, regular, like, I was like, fuck the creative, I just want to work at fucking paint store, you know what I mean? And I couldn't even get those jobs. So I was just stuck. I felt like I was just stuck working in the warehouses. So basically from like 2017 till 2021, I was just working in a warehouse. Like every 3 to 6 months, I would quit just because it's so easy to get a warehouse job, and the agency just tell them you looking for work and they'll just place you somewhere, tell your experience and shit. So And then that ranged from picking pallets for real to like being in a freezer. That was my last job, but like doing a forklift shit, unloading the trucks. That was the first. Well, no, I worked in a metal shop, a paper factory with like a automatic box stacker. That shit was stupid. But yeah, literally from like 2017 to 2021, I was just working warehouses and like kind of lost, not knowing what the fuck I was trying to do. In between there, I'm like couch surfing, you know what I mean? Like I don't really got nowhere to stay. But yeah, and then December 31st, 2020, I fucking quit my job. I got fired, but basically I was doing some dumbass shit on purpose just so I was like, man, fuck this job. And from there, I just started door dashing. And at first, it was cool, the freedom of like I could do whatever I want, you know. It was cool, but you got a slave to get that, to get that bread. Doing like DoorDash, Uber, and shit like that. So yeah, and then I was at the last place I was staying. Was at my aunt's crib, and she had this old Nikon camera, and I just like started taking it out. I was experimenting with like shooting my own music videos, you know what I mean, and I was in downtown LA. One of my other homies was living in downtown LA at the time, and then he was trying to do a vlog. So I would just like literally follow this nigga around at random parties and meet random people and just go around town, record this nigga life. And he was kind of a character, but then eventually it led to like I had posted shit. It wasn't amazing, but like at least had something. And then that led to me getting like my first pay gig was like $500 to shoot an event. And yeah, from there it kind of just like spiraled. My brother had bought this Black Magic we shooting on, and he didn't really have the time. He had a baby before me, and then he ended up start doing corporate work, and he wasn't really shooting. So he just gave me the camera, and then from there I was just like, fuck it, we about to run it up. I'm YouTubing. I ain't know nothing about camera stuff, but yeah, just learn on YouTube. Try to, just in this motherfucker like trying to figure it out, and it led to me getting better. I had like got a bigger job, and basically what I did, it was like I paid to get all the stuff rented. I wrote it, edited it, produced it, like I casted everyone. I did all the shit except for shoot it. And then I paid my homie to shoot it. But just by the fact of doing it, it showed me like, oh, this is how we gotta get it. This is what we need. This is for this. This is how we use this, you know? And yeah, and that really sparked me. So as I'm like doing the camera shit, I'm not making money, really. Like, it's cool, but I'm not like, I'm broke as shit. And then I just started linking back with my wife, who's my girl, like we've been friends ever since college, but we never crossed that line of, oh, romantic, you know? But we started linking back up, and I was broke as shit. I ended up moving in with her and just trying to figure it out. My car got repossessed. I had suspended license, like the felony, like a bunch of shit was happening. And I was trying to like figure out I'm scamming, you feel me? Like trying to wholesale real estate. She walk in the house, I'm in a crib with a motherfucker in Florida. And she like, what the fuck are you doing? And my lambs, like I'm literally trying to do anything to get to it. But then we had a conversation. She's like, you gotta pick something. Like you doing all this shit, it's not working, but you gotta pick something. And then I basically committed to doing a video. And then from there, just like, I got an opportunity to do this, opportunity to do this. And then I just like kept building, you know? And like, I'm far from the greatest right now, but like, I feel like I'm working, this shit is working. And now life feels solid. Like life feels good. Like, I don't feel the pressure of the world on me as much. And now I could just kind of focus on like being a little free. We cool financially, so it's like now we figure out, all right, we got some extra money. What do we do with it? How do we make this thing bigger? How do we have a bigger impact, you know? So yeah, just really like finding the creative space and realizing like you can make it. Doing this is really the ultimate goal for me, to show people like, yeah, this shit is possible. For real, I literally had nothing. And to go from zero, no car, no place to live, no money, Like my mom, I went through one of my taxes in like 2022. It's barely 2025. In the whole year of 2022, like my mom was sending me $500, $200, $100 like random months just because I was broke as fuck, you know? So I'm just like, all right, now we're in 2025. Shit is looking cool. How do we just keep going? And how do I get other people to see like, yeah, you got it, bro, you know? That's really all. Just like, man, you could look at one thing as a failure, but then you missing the other side of how it's an opportunity for you to like find the next thing, you know? So I don't think there's no losses in this life. You just take them on the chin and then figure out what it mean. Interpret that shit however you can and keep going. Find your thing, what you good at. You kind of got to have this self-awareness to be like, this is my thing. I excel. People talk to me about this, or like this always pops up in my life. I get good results. You know what I mean? Like, maybe this video shit is not your thing. Maybe your thing is painting or finance. I don't know, but really just find your thing and just know at the end of the day, like, everything that happens is a step towards the goal, whether good or bad. Yeah, man, that's another one. We building. Appreciate y'all.